Mindful Man is the island's first major wellbeing festival. We did the first one last year, and I just kind of drew on some contacts, authors and speakers and experts in mental health and meditation and things like that, and invited them here to come and speak, and then invited all our local teachers, yoga teachers, mindfulness teachers, and we just all got together at the community farm. And it was just a one-day event to kind of celebrate mental health, or positive mental health rather. So there was a series of talks, there was a program of yoga, there was kids yoga and mindfulness, there was food and drink, and the weather was stunning. So it was just like a lovely day out that kind of promoted the best in us and kind of bringing that out. So I thought I'd do it again. So that's what we're doing on Saturday, 29th of June, again at the community farm. We've got, again, some international, very well-respected authors and teachers visiting the island. And we've also got another host of local teachers, workshop leaders, speakers, mindfulness teachers, all together in one spot to kind of talk about mental health and how to maintain it and develop it.
So what is mindfulness?
Good question. Well, mindfulness is a way of paying attention, and it's a way of paying attention on purpose, so that we're purposefully attentive, rather than just kind of being dragged around left, right, centre, past, future, without really having any kind of consciousness of that happening. A lot of us live in the past, we live in the future. Mindfulness helps you really kind of target what you want to pay attention to, and it develops the ability for you to stay there. So you can choose what you want to pay attention to and stay with it, rather than get dragged off into your thoughts every 5 seconds.
So who is this festival aimed at? Is it for businesses or for individuals or a bit of both?
Everything. So just going on, I wasn't sure either. People interested in mental health, really, which I assume is everybody, to some degree. But last year we had a whole spectrum. So there were lots of families there with their kids, and they were doing the family yoga. Whilst the kids are doing the yoga, the adults can go and listen to a talk or take part in a workshop. There were a lot of people who weren't from the island, so people that maybe have moved here, or they are, they have wellbeing festivals in their hometowns or countries. So it's quite cosmopolitan, it's quite international, which is quite nice. So yeah, a real mix of people, but generally people interested in, how can I be a happier, healthier person? And there's so much talk and interest in that globally. That we're kind of realizing now that there's things I can do to make myself happier and healthier. So why aren't I doing it? So this festival just kind of showcases lots of ideas and perspectives and talks and practices that can help you be the best person you can be.
Would you say that this is an area that's growing in interest on the island?
Yes, and everywhere. I'm not sure if I could do a wellbeing festival 10 years ago or 20 years ago, where if you were seen with a yoga mat under your arm, they'd think, well, he's going camping, isn't he? Where's he going camping? No, not camping. Yoga. We know that people do yoga. We know that people do mindfulness. It's used by some of the top companies all over the world. So it's a kind of remembering what we used to do as a culture. We knew how to get calm. We knew how to take a step back. We knew how to get into nature. We kind of knew all this stuff because it was natural, and we've kind of forgot a lot of that. So this festival is kind of reminding us, of the superpowers we already have.
Why is mindfulness so important?
It's so important because we live so little of our lives here and now. And that's a shame, because life is a very fleeting, very precious thing. We all think we're going to live to 110, and often that's not the case. And it's a shame that it's quite tragic that we spend so much of our lives wishing it away, wishing we were back in the past, wishing we were ahead, so we're never actually here, which means you miss life happening, because life only happens here. Like, this is life now. So if you're not here, you're essentially missing your own life. So which is a shame. And that can that can kind of lead to a very unhappy, dysfunctional way of living. So mindfulness is a way of kind of stepping out of that loop and actually plugging into your actual real-time life.
Now, tickets for this festival have been on sale for a few weeks. Are you expecting a big crowd?
Well, I hope so. I mean, there is a capacity, 500 people ish is kind of the capacity. So we're going to sell tickets up until that point. Tickets are still available. The nice thing about the community farm is it's fairly small. So it was quite lovely last year to have some world-renowned speakers next to local yoga teachers, next to families, all kind of huddled together, eating pizza or drinking tea under the sun. So it's nice because everyone's just there. You're surrounded, and it's a kind of nice crowd of like-minded people all in the same spot. So yeah, I think interest will kind of pick up, as the date gets nearer. But yeah, tickets are still available.
Okay, and just remind us where people can find tickets.
So, well, you can go on to my website, which is www.myfreemind.org. Or at the moment, the best way is probably just to Google or put into Facebook Mindful Man. And then you'll find the event, and then you can buy the tickets online. I must say that you can only get tickets online. You can't buy them physical tickets, only online.